So you want to start taking better care of yourself. You've done some reflection, you've taken an honest, hard look at your life and where you are, and you've decided it's time for some improvement. And that is great. But now you're left wondering, where do I even start? There's so much I want to do. And it's okay, because you know what? I've got you covered. That's why in today's video, I'm going to give you the 3 simple steps you can take today to start your self-care journey the right way. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Josh from Self-Help for Millennials, back with yet another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I put out self-help content every single week that'll help you become your best self and live your best life, and you wouldn't want to miss out. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Super excited to have you here because in today's video, I'm going to outline the 3 steps that you can take today to start your self-care journey the right way. I'm really gonna make it as easy as 1, 2, 3. So before we get going, grab a pen, grab some paper, and let's dive in. All right, let's make sure you start your journey the right way with step number 1, which is figuring out where the gaps are. The first step is always going to be the hardest, especially if we don't know where you're going and you aren't sure which direction you want to go in. And that is why the first step in your self-care journey must be to figure out where the gaps are currently in your self-care routine. So ask yourself, what am I not focusing on right now? Or what areas of my life need the most improvement or require the most attention? If you're like me, when I got started, you might notice that there are a lot of gaps that you need to be filled. And that is okay. For now, pick 1 or 2 areas that you would require either the most attention or that you would like to prioritize first. All right, we only want to start with 1 or 2, and then you're going to build up from there. Just start small. Take that first little baby step. All right, because remember, there's no need to improve your entire life in a day. There's no need to fix everything at once. Self-care is a lifelong process and it is a lifelong practice. So you don't need to master it in a day. So for now, figure out where those gaps are. Ask yourself where I need to focus most or what do I want to improve most, and then pick 1 or 2 areas to focus on. And then we can get going with step number 2. All right, now that we've gotten step 1 of figuring out where the gaps are, it's time for step 2, which is exploring and then deciding how you're gonna fill those gaps. Because once you figure out where the gaps are, it is now time to start that improvement process. And it's all going to start with discovery. So just like you asked yourself the questions to figure out where the gaps were in your self-care routine, you're gonna do the same thing to figure out how you're gonna fill those gaps. Questions like, what can I do to make myself feel a certain way? Or what is missing from a certain area of my life? And how can I give myself that missing thing? By asking these types of questions, it's great because it'll allow your mind and it'll put your brain to the task of filling in the gaps for you with the types of experiences or the tools or maybe the strategies that you can use to help fill those gaps. And remember, this is super important in this step. You do not want to filter your thoughts at all. There will be no judgment here. Whatever comes to mind, you want it to be as free-flowing and as natural and as honest as possible. So do not filter anything. Just write it all down. Whatever comes to mind after you ask those questions, write it all down. And then once you've got that list of potential solutions to fill in the gaps, it's time to decide kind of which actions you'd like to take. And my advice is to pick the items or the solutions or again the strategies that speak to you the most, the ones that you feel a really deep connection with. Because these actions or experiences are going to have the biggest and longest lasting impacts on your self-care routine. So it is best to prioritize those over the ones that are just kind of meh. So once you've kind of made that list, again, you've asked yourself the questions, you've made the list, and you've picked which actions you want to take moving forward to start your journey, then it's time for step number 3. All right, This is the final step to beginning your journey, and it's time to just get started. It's time to get going. All the preparation and all the exploration of self is no good unless you act on it. It's like a race car. It's no good if it just sits in the driveway. You gotta take it to the track and you gotta race the damn thing, right? So you've figured out where the gaps are in your self-care and you've picked one or two areas you wanna prioritize. Then you made a list of all the experiences, tools, and strategies from within yourself. Again, that unfiltered list that can help you fill those gaps, and you chose the ones that speak to you most. And now it is time for action. It's time to take that first step and commit to making a better life for yourself. Because once you make that promise to yourself, the only thing that can hold you back is you. So don't let the fear prevent you from being the person you've always wanted to be, the person that you know you can be. And remember, start small, build up from there. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will the best life, your dream life, be built in a day. So just take that first step, commit, don't let fear hold you back, and start living the life that you deserve. And there you have it, friends. The 3 simple steps you can take today to start your self-care journey the right way. But notice I said simple, not easy. And that's because doing the inner work on ourselves is never easy. We tend to look away from the pieces of ourselves that we don't like and instead focus on everything else. But if you want to live a fulfilling, meaningful, and happy life, it all starts with you, all of you, not just the parts that you like, right? By looking at the parts of yourself that you would rather forget about, you create that room for growth, the kind of growth that will leave a lasting impact across the years of your life, the kind of growth that leaves you happy and thankful you did the work. And I'm gonna be honest, this kind of growth does not come easy and it does not come overnight, but all it takes is being willing to take that first step. All right, and now I would love to hear from you. So let me know in the comment section below. Did you enjoy this simple 3-step process to starting your self-care journey? Would you like similar types of videos in the future? If you would, let me know in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far and you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It really helps the channel and it really helps get the message and this information out to as many people as possible, and I would really appreciate it. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and until next time, I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next video.